Higher biologists, do this past paper question with me. Now this one's on cellular respiration. So it says, the diagram shows a mitochondrion and a magnified area. Some of the reactions involved in an electron transport chain are shown in the magnified area. Okay, so this is the mitochondrion, this is the electron transport chain, which is the magnified area. Use the mitochondrion diagram to describe how the inner membrane is adapted to maximise ATP production. So let's look at the inner mitochondrial membrane. We can see that here. Now, hopefully, from your studying of biology so far, you know that when a structure has this shape, where it's folded lots, that helps to increase its surface area. Okay, so we would say it has a large surface area. Okay, or something along those lines. Something indicates all those folds there will increase the surface area. Okay, part B, NADH is formed in the matrix of the mitochondria. State another location in the cell where NADH is formed, okay? So NADH is formed both during the citric acid cycle, but also during glycolysis as well. Okay, glycolysis, yeah. So that's where it's also formed. And where does glycolysis take place? It takes place in the cytoplasm. Okay, C, state one role of electrons in the electron transport chain. Okay, so if we look at the diagram, it gives you a few clues here. First of all, we can see electrons that are flowing through these membrane proteins, okay, through these carrier proteins. And what that does is it gives energy to pump, and that's an important word to use, the hydrogen ions across the membrane. Okay, so it gives those proteins the energy. We might actually, it gives proteins, I'll just add that in just for completeness. Gives proteins the energy to pump those hydrogen ions across the membrane. Okay, you could also say, this is an OR option for this one, you could say what it does at the end of this process, okay, when the electrons come out here, and that's where the electrons combine with hydrogen and oxygen to form water. Okay, so either one of those two would be acceptable for that question there. And then lastly, it says name enzyme X. So if we look at the diagram here, enzyme X here is catalyzing this reaction here, which is the synthesis, the build-up, the anabolic reaction where ADP and phosphate bind together to form ATP. Okay, and the name of that enzyme is, as the process suggests, the name should be ATP synthase. Okay, ASE means enzyme, ATP synthesis is what happens, so that's why it's called ATP synthase. Okay folks, I hope that's helped. I'll see you in the next one.